I just want to know, are you cock strong? All right, guys, what's up? I got Justin Swinney. We're going to read over some of the questions about the Swinney nutrition products that we offer through the shop here. We made a post on Facebook and Instagram, and then we've compiled the questions here. So we're going to start with, Volpe says, looking to lose weight, in a lot of pain from injuries. I walk a lot for work, but might be able to find time to weight lift 2 to 3 times a week.
Well, the main goal is losing fat, right?
Yeah, that's what he says. Yeah,
Just
looking to lose weight.
Losing weight. Okay.
You've met him, you just don't remember it.
Okay. Losing fat, losing weight. Our goal is we don't want you to lose any muscle. So you've got to do some kind of strength training, some kind of weight training, at least 2 days a week. 3 days a week would be pretty good. If you can do some brief workouts 3 days a week with weights, make it heavy, make it challenging, with a little bit of cardiovascular after those exercises, I think you'll start losing weight, especially if you're not doing nothing already.
Realistically, how much time would he need to spend on those workouts doing them 2 or 3 times a week? Like, what could you do bare minimum and actually do what you need to do?
So a lot of the bare minimum programs, like he's referring to, that we do with people, will be 2 to 3 exercises in 30 minutes, 45 minutes tops, but people are limited. So we'll do something like Monday would be squats, and if you can do squats properly, and we'll do 10 sets of 10 reps, and then the next thing you do is finish up with some heavy farmer walks, kettlebell swings, sled pushes. Then Wednesday could be as simple as bench press, and then you could do 10 sets of 10 on bench, and then you could do the same thing, the sled pushes, the kettlebells, and then Friday you go to deadlift. So as long as you do the bench, the squat, the deadlift, and maybe the shoulder press if you have accurate mobility in your shoulders, with a cardio exercise afterwards, I think it'll be something to get you started.
What are we calling a cardio exercise?
I like the sled, but a lot of gyms don't have that.
So like just any farmer carry, stuff like that, wheelbarrow shit?
Something that gets your heart, like a strongman activity,
okay.
Or like the stuff you do out here working, a work exercise.
Okay.
Sledgehammers are very popular. A lot of people like to beat stuff like that.
Now back to, you said 10 sets of 10 on bench press. Would you pyramid up and then down, or how would you do that?
I was given a super generalistic because, we don't know a lot of factors.
Right.
And the 10 sets of 10 is kind of a...
If you're doing nothing else.
Yeah, if you're doing nothing else, you could probably handle that, but you don't need to go to absolute failure. Like you said. So if you're doing 10 sets, and I wouldn't do exactly 10 reps, you could if you're just trying to get a certain amount. I was just given a range. If I would say, whatever number you pick, you got plus or minus 2. So if it's 10 sets of 10, it's technically as little as 8 and as much as 12.
And your first 2 sets are going to be super light, high reps. And you're going to come up in weight. Are you also going to come back down on your end sets, or are we going to end at the highest weight?
I think he needs to.
Okay.
Many people cannot increase for that many. I usually do, if I was doing 10 today, I would do the bar for 3 sets and try to achieve perfect form or just feeling good. Then I would put maybe 25% of the weight that I normally do for 2 sets, so you're at 5.
Okay.
Then I'm going to add 25 more percent and be at 50% of the weight I want to lift for 2 sets. I got 3 left.
And we're just doing 10 reps each?
Yeah.
Okay.
Roughly 8 to 12, 10 reps. The last 3 sets is when I would turn it on, but I would go very light for the first 7.
And how much rest between sets?
The first 5 I'd probably do a minute or 2. The last 5 I'd probably do 2 or 3 minutes.
All right. Reed Spencer, we've seen him before. He's been here several times. What was your reasoning for creating Focus 5? By the way, I've taken Vyvanse since I was 10, and the Focus 5, when using the proper dose, makes me feel 10 times better when I don't take my medicine. He's almost 18 now, so for 8 years he's been on Vyvanse.
Well, that's where I need to throw in the liability waiver and say, I'm not a doctor. This is not medical advice. This is for educational purposes only. I don't want to get sued for telling him not to take prescription medicine.
Gotcha. I believe his dad is.
And not that I think you would. I'm just, I got to cover myself. Everything we say is, like I said, information and theory.
His mom was down here last week saying that he wants to taper off of the medicine.
Yeah. Okay, so why did I create Focus 5? Well, initially I created Focus 5 because I saw a need in the elderly community with brain disease and what I call brain atrophy. Okay, it's like dementia, Alzheimer's, and all these things. Well, I first dug into that. I think it was 2012 or 13. It got really deep because I had some clients that had family suffering from those diseases. So I found any ingredient that we could find to cause a little bit of a reaction, a good reaction. So after a couple years of ordering individual raw materials and taking them separately, then I started weighing them out and making capsules for myself. And I said, man, this is awesome. I feel like I can focus. Well, then we dug into trying it for ADD and college students, not necessarily who were legally prescribed Vyvanse, but there's a lot of college students who illegally will buy Adderall or whatever, and hey, that's their own thing. That's what they want to do. But I would prefer if the kids I know and the people I train don't do that. So we came up with a formula like Focus 5, and it flew. People loved it. I mean, ACT scores are going up, test scores are going up. They're feeling good, feeling happy, and it's caffeine free.
Right.
So if you're stimulant sensitive and you can't take that before you work out or cardio, you can take Focus 5.
The other interesting thing with it too, it being stimulant free, when I take it with stimulants, it seems to amplify the stimulants.
It does.
So like when I would take Focus 5, I could use less stimulant.
And that's one of the best things with it is being able. Caffeine is kind of tough on the body if you abuse it.
Now here's Kevin Martin. You've also met Kevin.
Okay.
He was here with his daughter at the party. They were downstairs set up. And this is about, oh no, this is not what I thought it was. Okay, Kevin Martin says, what is the best time of day to take Laxogen? I thought about taking before bed with Tropin, but decided to split them up.
It depends how many he's taking. So I'm guessing he's taking 2.
I don't know.
3. Okay.
How many should he take?
So Laxogen is a pill that I've taken it up to 12 a day for 8 weeks straight just to do blood work to see if there was a problem. And I did blood work every 2 weeks and I saw no change in my liver enzymes or kidney enzymes. I checked everything. There was no change in anything that could be a side effect as far as even cholesterol and everything. So saying that don't mean go take 12 a day because that would be a little bit too much. The minimum dose is 2 a day from what we've seen positive results from. Some females have taken 1 a day and gotten leaner and gotten stronger because it helps them use their protein a little better.
For anybody else listening, what does Laxogen do?
Laxogen,
why would somebody take Laxogen?
Okay. The idea behind getting fit, getting healthy is getting protein in your body, using it, repairing your body, and creating a new you. Laxogen will help that. The reason it will help that is it's going to reduce your cortisol, which is the bad hormone. Cortisol has a few purposes, but again, we don't want high cortisol levels.
Fight or flight, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the opposite of anabolic. Anabolic is good; it builds you up. Catabolic is more cortisol based, so it will lower your cortisol, and we saw that pretty rapidly in our first trials of blood work. I mean, you have to do cortisol tests twice a day, and it was super decreased. And then the protein synthesis, so you're getting more protein synthesis. You're lowering your cortisol. So you'll see less belly fat, less water retention, more strength, and I feel like I'm less bloated when I take Laxogen, and it may be because I eat large servings of protein, but I love the way it helps me process.
So on the bottle, what's the recommended dosage?
The bottle says 2 a day because there's 60 in there. And that's kind of our general. Most everybody can take 2 a day.
If he's only going to take 2 a day, what time of day should he do it?
12 hours apart. So whatever his sleep schedule is, if you're going to take one when you get up, 12 hours later take the other one because you need to space it out so it's in your system.
Okay. So one every 12 hours.
Yeah. If he gets up at 7 and goes to bed at 10, so he's probably eating breakfast at 8, then I take one at 8 and 8. You can take it with Tropin. If you miss your dose, pop it with Tropin won't hurt. They won't interact. If anything, it may help Tropin work a little better. I have not tested that to prove it, so I can't say that.
Okay.
But you can take 2 pills, 2 pills, 2 pills. You can take 1, 1, 1, 3, 3, 3. You can take it however you want.
Okay. This one's about the keto and the sucralose that you and Amanda were talking about last week. William Payne, a friend of ours, we know him as well. Keto related, wondering if sucralose, that is an amino and 187, will be okay to drink.
Yes. The simple answer is yes. And I only can back that up because we've had the product for years, and I've done blood work for years, and I've probably had 600 people on keto the last year or two. People don't label me as a keto guy because I'm not a keto guy. I'm not an intermittent fasting guy. I'm not a carb load guy or carb cycle guy. I have people that do everything. I create plans for people, custom, every time. You don't come into my office and say, hey, I'm John Lewis, I need a meal plan. And I go, all right, John, we're going to do keto because that's what the best thing for
Change
you.
the name on it.
But it may not be the best thing for John. So if you're on keto and you know it's the best thing for you because you've been checked by a professional and that's what they say and you believe their credibility, and you're worried about sucralose or artificial sweeteners, I know the amount we use at ours will not negatively affect you. That doesn't mean it can't raise your blood sugar on a finger prick 5 or 10 points. I mean, you can ingest just pure protein and it's going to raise your blood sugar. Okay? So, yes, you can drink it to stay in keto. No, it don't have negative side effects. But I would definitely do a few methods of testing yourself to make sure keto and everything you're doing is the right thing for you. And if you need help on that, I could tell you what to do. But there's a few blood works that you could use to evaluate yourself.
All right, Flores, fucking Flores. You've met him. He's been at every party, and as well as in Atlanta with us. What led you into creating Tropin?
Sleep apnea, originally. I was diagnosed with sleep apnea 10 years ago. I mean, it's been forever ago. And I had to go to the sleep clinic and sleep with the thing on me. It was terrible. Got tested, had sleep apnea. I was not getting to REM sleep. There's 4 stages, with 4th being REM. 88% of my sleep was in stage 3, which was really weird. So they gave me a prescription sleeping pill and then a pill in the morning to take when I got up when I used my CPAP because I couldn't fall asleep. It was literally, I started out with this thing that went over my face like Darth Vader, and I could not sleep no matter what. I took the sleeping pill, the prescription, and then I felt like crap. So I said, man, I have got to figure out a way to do this myself. I'm not taking anything that makes me feel bad. Well, I knew the individual ingredients, so I manipulated them and I tried them. Once I got the perfect formula, it took a really long time. It probably took 50 tries. I made it because it worked for me.
Right.
And the way I validated that was I had another sleep study 2 years later. And the night I took the Tropin in the sleep study, I had way more REM sleep. And I was pretty pumped about that. Now, since then, I've had 3 more sleep studies just to validate it.
All right. Olivia DeGain, I'm sore and drained for at least 48 hours after workout. It was so bad one week, I took the week off to recover. I've made sure to eat well before and after workouts and not forgetting my multivitamin. It helped, but barely. I haven't upped any weights or reps yet. Upside, I do sleep great. Am I missing something in my diet that is causing this slow recovery? Don't eat Chipotle. No, she works at Chipotle.
I really like Chipotle, but I don't eat it all the time. I don't know how healthy it is if you're a keto person either. So basically, she's working out, she's trying to eat healthy, and she feels tired all the time. She stays sore a really long time.
Yes.
Correct. And her goals are, she's doing it to be fit and be lean,
We don't know.
or she needs to gain weight.
We don't know. She's not.
I don't think she's
She's not overweight.
Yeah, I thought she was small.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, I'm not a doctor, so this is not medical advice, but I really think you need to get a full lab panel. You need to get everything checked. All my clients, starting last year, once I joined a doctor in her practice, we run full panels. Before that, I referred you to privatemdlabs.com or one of the people that I trained that was a doctor, and I would just get copies of your blood work. So we've been evaluating that for 10 years. But you need to get yours done because something doesn't make sense. Because I pretty much know who you are and how you're built. You do not walk around at 300 pounds at 5 foot tall, so you should not be super lethargic and hurting all the time. If you're not recovering, it could be testosterone, and yes, women have testosterone.
That's what I would think.
It's,
Testosterone.
it's about 10% of what men is. You could be 150 to 200 as a female. That's kind of a performance level. But if you're less than
Another
20 or
signifier
30, you're going to feel bad.
is your sex drive low. Like, because if your testosterone is low, your sex drive is going to be low as well.
Yeah.
For women, too.
Yeah, women, and for women, it's a lot easier to fix than guys. You can take a trochee under the tongue, and it'll dissolve. But if Zane is her husband, Zane, you have my contact. Send me an email, and I will tell you exactly what to do for her.
Here's a good one. Ryan Edmondson. I'm looking to change supplement lines. Do you have a minimalistic type stack that boosts test levels? Would like to take less than 4 supplements a day, including pre-workout. So 3 plus pre-workout, I'm guessing. I mostly do CrossFit and strongman style workouts and have been getting my diet honed in.
Okay. Did it say his age?
No.
Okay.
I don't know anything.
From everything you told me, and yes, we do have a minimalistic approach as well. The best testosterone booster we have is the PCT11. It is on order, reformulated with upgraded ingredients. It's basically the same thing, except we took out ingredients and replaced them with a trademark version that was very, very potent, that was not available when we first made it. Other than that, because it will be about 4 weeks before I have it in, the protein powder, I know your diet's honed in, but our schedules never allow for the perfect meal plan. So I'd probably have, I like the chocolate more than the vanilla because I'm a chocolate guy.
I like
chocolate protein.
Two.
Oh, mixing the two, no, that's the best. But I didn't want to get his levels up. You didn't want you to have to buy 2. So protein, the pre-workout would be the SF because there's 120 scoops in one little container, and it will last. A Vaso, there's 45 servings in there, and you only need 1 per workout. So that's 3 products. The last one would be either P2 or aminos, depending. I don't know if you want to count the pre-workout. That's 120 servings because really that'll last a couple months at least.
And the P2 is creatine.
The P2 is a
and the aminos
patented blend of creatine and ATP. Creatine HCl and ATP.
And you should be drinking the aminos anyways. And that's what I drink all through the day. Anytime you see anything colored in this cup, it's aminos. This is watermelon aminos right here. They taste good. I drink them literally. I don't drink all through the day. I fill this up. This is a whole bottle of water in here, and I fill this up at least a dozen times a day.
That's the best thing for you. I keep a bottle of water with me. It's behind me. I don't know if they can see it. It's a big liter, a liter and a half, and I'll put the aminos in here, mix it up, put my finger over the hole, and as I drink all day, I'll put a little more scoops and add water to it. If it's too strong, I'll add more water all day long.
All right, Luis Garcia. I'm 49, trying to lose some weight. I've lost 40 pounds just eating better and eating nothing after 6 p.m., but I'm still 255 and only 5'10". What do you recommend to make me metabolize faster? What would you recommend I use to burn fat?
Okay, 5'10", 255, lost 40 pounds, and some supplements for fat loss. He said something about eating after 6 p.m.?
He does not eat anything after 6 p.m.
Okay. I don't really believe that theory. You shouldn't eat before bed. I've eaten every night before bed for a very long time. You have metabolism in your sleep as well. I would take advantage of that. There's some foods that will not store as fat. Egg whites, they may not taste the best when you scramble them up compared to whole eggs. Personally, I like egg whites, but they will not store as fat. Okay? My protein powder, Champ, Pro Formula 1, it will not store as fat. If you took water, ice, Champ, put it in a blender and made a slushy, before you go to sleep, drink it maybe 30 minutes before you go to sleep, or as you're in the bed, drink it and go to sleep. But I don't know how you're going to brush your teeth.
Good too.
It tastes good. It will help you burn fat. You're losing all those hours in your sleep for recovery, because I really don't know if you can eat enough food for a 250-pound person at 5'10" to get in shape in those hours. That's all. You probably got a lot of muscle. So definitely start eating a little more protein and don't limit it by the time. On top of that, the Lean 8 is a non-stimulant fat burner. You can literally take it anytime you want. When I'm trying to lose fat, I bump the dose up, and I'll take two before my meal and 2 after my meal. But that's not all the time. It's only when I'm trying to get leaner. year round, I might take 1 or 2 with my meal just to have the good brain effects, the nootropic effects, because it does have brain stuff in it.
We were taking 2 with every meal.
Yeah, that's the basic doses too.
Yeah, 2 right before every
Yep.
meal.
And hyperlean is a stimulant. If you want to use a stimulant pill, hyperlean is very strong. Take half of one.
Take a third of one.
Or a third. And if you don't want to take a pill, you want to drink powder, the SF powder, the new formula of SF works like a fat burner. It literally works like a fat burner. It has stuff in there that will turn your metabolism on fire.
And you can double dose that if
Yep.
you need a harder hit.
Mm-hmm.
You actually use, like, because I'll use at 187 in the aminos once or twice a day, but I don't, not like as a pre-workout. I use the little dose of it. If I'm going to actually use it as a pre-workout, I will use it with the Vaso and use 2 scoops of it.
That's exactly what I do. If I do it as a pre-workout, I do 2 scoops.
Yep.
And if I'm just, like in this, I have 1. I will not drink 2 scoops of SF just walking around.
No, I can't.
If
I take 2 scoops of SF while I'm trying to sew, I'm up walking around. I'm not fucking sitting and sewing.
If I gotta train people, I won't do it because I will kill them. Make them do 1,000 sets.
You do it, I don't have to. Jonathan Lamond, when trying to lose weight, what all supplements do you need to take? I understand that you have to diet, just trying to get a better idea of supplements to take
Okay.
for weight loss.
For weight loss? Of course, okay, you already said the diet part, and that's the challenging part for most people. Working out, anybody can do anywhere. You don't have to do anything but get your heart rate up and use your muscles. Taking supplements is pretty easy. All you do is buy them and ingest them. All the ones we have taste good, so it's not a challenge. But eating right is very, very difficult.
I think he means what supplements.
Okay. What supplements? The top 3 for fat loss. We're going to say Lean 8 because it's non-stimulant and it's good for the brain. And then your stimulant choices is Hyperlean and SF187. That's the only 2 stimulant choices that we recommend. But you don't want to start at a whole pill, just like I told the last guy. And I even mix and match. I may take my half or third of a Hyperlean when I wake up, and then take my SF after lunch, just to have a different stimulus in my body. Those alone are going to help you lose weight. But we get emails all the time. I've lost 20 pounds. I've lost 30 pounds.
All the time.
All I did was buy your Hyperlean and aminos. I haven't worked out. I hadn't ate better. I just took that and I feel great. And that's success. We like to hear that. But I do think you probably need some protein powder and aminos because it will help you get your diet on track.
Has the Hyperlean changed any over the last couple of years?
I feel like it's holding the potency longer. It's the same formula.
Because I didn't use it for a year. And I used some Hyperlean, I don't know, last time you were here, maybe the time before, 2-3 weeks ago. And I took a half of one and it was like fucking too much.
Yeah. So that is what...
Like, had I taken it prior to going mountain biking, or had I taken it prior to coming up here, done some cardio or something, it would have been perfect. But for just to take it first thing in the morning or something, man, it was too much.
So the
My
Hyperlean...
nose was even running.
Sometimes when you're not doing stuff, like cardio or whatever, you don't have anything to move through and distract you from your heart going boom, boom, boom. It's too much. You're going to feel like you're shaky or whatever.
Yeah, I was shaky.
You're shaky.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't have been shaky if you was doing something.
Hyperlean is as close as I've ever seen to the original old thermogenic stack. Like when you could get
Yep.
Riloephedrine
Yep.
and caffeine and aspirin, but we used Excedrin instead of aspirin because it had more caffeine in it.
Right.
Like that is the Hyperlean is as close as I've ever actual taking Riloephedrine and caffeine together.
The formula we have on the Hyperlean that we have right now is the closest I could get to the old products that had Riloephedrine.
Right.
And we talked about Ultimate Orange
Yeah.
years ago, and that stuff was awesome. And then they had the Nitro Speed, which had 20 milligrams of ephedra, 20 milligrams of protein, and that was pretty good stuff. Kind of made your stomach hurt, but the Hyperlean, the new bottles, that's what everybody has for the last 2 months. The coating on it has improved. The technology has improved since we first started in 2014, and they are holding their potency for a very long time.
Right on. Brian Moody, when is the best time to take branched chain amino acids during the day, morning, post-workout, or just any time? Is there a benefit to more than one serving a day?
The branched chain aminos, or the amino 6?
He's
There's a
saying
difference.
branched chain amino acids.
Okay.
I'm-
If you're
I thought he meant
amino
amino
6, and he may, because there is all the branch chains are in amino 6. If you're referring to amino 6, the best time of the day is, and he works out, right?
We don't know.
Okay. The best time of day with amino 6, if you work out, is going to be first thing as soon as you wake up, before anything else. Pre or during your workout on an empty stomach, at least a couple hours after you ate. And then that's your best times because you're probably only going to take it twice a day. After that, if you're going to do more than that, between meals. So if you do the aminos, and let's say you eat at 8 in the morning, at 12 or 1, and 8 at night. Well, between 8 and 1 would be 10:30 or 11, then I would drink it then. And then after lunch is 1 or 2, and you eat again at 8 o'clock, I'd go at 4 or 5. So between your meals is the second best time. Or your added serving. Your first is first thing in the morning and during your workout.
I drink it all day long.
And yeah, I do too.
Like all day long. That's what
I don't drink
it just makes
plain
water.
water.
It makes the water better.
Very rarely do I drink plain water.
Like Jeff drinks Diet Pepsi, man. Fucking I drink aminos like he drinks Diet. Well, he probably drinks more Diet Pepsi than I drink.
I've seen people drink Sun Drops like they're drinking literally 12 a day.
Yeah, we got the girls downstairs.
And I've
Sun
never
Drop
seen nothing
or
like it.
Mellow Yellow.
Yeah.
Brandon Cisco, can you find them at a local GNC? I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, I mean, no. Swinney Nutrition
Okay.
is not.
Yes. So I was well, I don't know if I can talk about that. I've been contacted by retailers before who wanted to carry my products, and they were very large retailers. And they told me they would buy my products, but I had to raise my retail cost to increase the profit margin, and I refused. And their reason was, your product, ingredient for ingredient, and quality, is better than anything on the shelf. If we sell it at this price, people use it, get the results, because it's cheaper than stuff at GNC or Vitamin Shop or wherever the big stores are. They will not sell their other products, and that's where they make a lot of profit. So they're like, we would love to help people with your stuff, but we got to make money first. So that is why you will not see my stuff in stores unless somebody will sacrifice some of their margins.
Right. Okay, and then here's one from Instagram. Justin, looking to burn a little fat, around 10 pounds, and get cut. Also, anything good as far as testosterone booster? My work schedule is sporadic, and I get called in at random times of the day-night, so it makes my workout schedule sporadic. I lift 3 days a week and do cardio at least once a week.
Okay. The testosterone booster, the PCT11, like I said, it will be back in about 4 weeks because we upgraded it. Other than that, it sounds like he needs just the basics. I mean, you're trying, obviously, you're getting in 3 workouts a week. If you're trying to lose fat at a faster rate than you currently are, you have got to add in more cardiovascular exercise in the high intensity fashion. So you're working out 3 days a week, you need a high intensity like Metcon into your workout, or sacrifice one accessory exercise, put that in there. And the best thing to do would be would be a Tabata. Okay, Google the word Tabata. It'll tell you what it is. There's apps on your phone. If he does that, he's probably going to start getting where he needs to get.
Okay.
I think that was all he asked was that right?
A little fat, get cut, yeah.
The testosterone PCT is coming, and I think, of course, you can buy the supplements, but I don't want to sound like I'm just saying, buy my products, buy my products. I mean, yes, they will help, but you can also help yourself by just adding a little bit of a Metcon into your workout. If you want to add the products, the Hyperlean or SF, that is the 2 stimulants. Do not do both at the same time, one or the other. With the Lean 8, with the meals. Every single person I train takes Lean 8, whether they're trying to get big or get small. So, just know I'm not trying to push that on you, but if you want it, it'll help you.
There we go. That's what we got.
Perfect.
Cool. Anything else you want to say?
I think there was something we was going to say, but I can't remember what it was. We was talking about something earlier.
It's about cock strong.
Cock strong, that's what it was.
I just want to know, are you cock strong?
Always.